All right, folks, welcome to another fight breakdown video. Today, I got a great fight for you guys. It's an amateur fight. These guys put on a great performance. It's a two-minute round fight. It's kickboxing rules, and it's in a cage. So it's a little bit different. There's some different tactics and some different things that happen in a cage compared to fighting in a ring. So as always, I'm here to offer constructive criticism and feedback. If anyone wants to put things in the comments below to help, kind of help with that feedback and constructive criticism, please do. But keep the comments respectful, right? Anyone who gets into a cage or a ring and is willing to have people break it down after, it takes a lot of guts to do that. So we're gonna keep everything respectful and constructive, right? We're here to learn, not to be jerks, right? So anything's negative in the comments, I'm gonna delete it. Again, it's a great fight. Let's just get into it. I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so just keep in mind that this was shot vertically for some of it. I do have two angles, which is nice, but it's not the best shot from right here. Yeah, this starts off with something I like. They're both throwing teeps at the beginning. Watching from this angle, you can see in yellow, it's kind of a more obvious push kick that was pretty easy to defend. This one here is nice. It's a lot less telegraphed, and it helps him close a distance and land that right hand after. Teeps are super important, especially at the beginning of the fight. It helps you realize how your opponent's going to react. Are they dropping their hands? Are they taking a step back? So it's really good that these amateurs are using teeps to see how their opponents react. Now we see yellow circling off the cage, and he throws a big flurry, lots of punches and kicks, and he keeps following up, and he circles out at the end. Smart. Black cuts him off, does a good job keeping his composure, and comes back in, tries to corner him again, and he does a better job. It's really hard to corner guys in a cage. I've only done one cage fight for kickboxing, and it was much more difficult to corner my opponent. So you get a little bit more mobility, and you can counter people a little bit better if you have your back against the cage. I like this right here. Yellow throws a big haymaker right hand and uses it to step across and then goes for a spinning back kick. Black shorts moves out and then goes right back in, right back. He does a good job. I really like his composure of coming in and taking his time to close the distance and cut him off. Now yellow here is throwing some big punches and throws himself off balance. That's something that happens too sometimes with amateurs. They overcommit. It's it's a lot of adrenaline going. You don't always have the most control. Black does again great job getting him against the cage and then throwing some leather at him. Yellow comes straight back. Now, Black's making a bit of a mistake here by going straight back. He should be circling out to his right or, at least away from the power. So creating a little bit more space instead of going straight back, because eventually you'll hit the ropes or the cage or whatever, and then you're stuck. So that's something to consider. Circle out away from the power. Black goes back in, cuts him off. He's doing a good job here. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. One thing I notice a lot is when yellow is moving, he drops his hands down low, and that's something that black could use to capitalize on, maybe faking some body shots and going up high. And it looks like, this guy's got to get his shin guards fixed. That's also something that happens. And black, all right, here's a little lesson in tactics. If the fight is paused, usually the referee will make you go to a neutral corner so you can't get coaching from your coach. Now, this all depends on the referee. Sometimes less experienced referees will forget to do this type of thing, and you can use this to your advantage. Now, if you're feeling a little bit tired, you can take your time and not go back to the corner right away, and then the referee will kind of force you to do it, and it gives you a little bit more time to recover. Alternatively, if you feel like you have the upper hand, then get to a neutral corner right away. This will give your opponent less time to recover, and you can get back in there, back to beating their ass again. All right, now here's something to take notice. Neutral ground, and they meet in the middle of the ring. He starts with a big telegraph left push kick. Exact same thing they did at the beginning of the round. So that would be something to take notice of here. If I was his coach, I'd be like, look out for that push kick at the beginning of this round. All right, so going into round 2 here, they come out of the corners. They touch gloves, and guy in yellow shorts, yep, big push kick. This time he did it on the other side, so that's something to consider. But it was a big push kick to start off, and again, it was telegraphed. You can see it coming from a mile away. Now, one of the things I'm seeing with the fighter in the black shorts is he's not being as aggressive as he was before. Now, it could be second round. He might be getting a little bit tired. He's not using as many push kicks. He uses one right there, but for the most part, he's going in with just his hands and round kicks without really setting them up. And, if I could go back in time, the one thing I would work on more than anything else is push kicks. They are so important for so many aspects of the fight. And you can see here, yellow's, he's telegraphing his push kick and still pushing black backwards. And black he's only thrown one so far this round. So if that was my fighter, I would try to get him to be throwing more push kicks. And that would be something I would go with him after the fight, the debriefing, you need to do more of those. Because when he was actually using it, he was setting them up and it was using his right hand after, and it was looking really good. And now he's barely done anything. And it could just be because he's getting tired, or maybe he has a different game plan, but I would definitely be getting some more push kicks in there. And here's a good example of why. Yellow's using one there. He takes a step back. He uses another one here. They're not super effective, but it gets black going backwards. Right here, he fakes one and gets him going backwards. It's a great way to just set things up and keep your opponent always, guessing it, right? It's like just like a good jab for a boxer is super important. A good teep, super important for a kickboxer or Muay Thai. Nice little body shot to low kick there, and another giant flying push kick. But Yellow's using them well. Even though he's kind of telegraphing them, they are working. Even though they're not landing super clean, it's keeping Black more on the defensive, which is, if nothing else, that's a great thing to have. Just keeping your opponent from being aggressive and going forwards. Nice right kick to the body there. And then that one was a little bit low. So now the referee is making him go back to the corner. And this would be in Black's best interest to get back to that corner right away. That gives Red less time to recover. Now, generally speaking, they're usually give it a little bit more time if it's a low blow. But don't give them any more time than you absolutely have to. Comes flying out of the corner there. Going hard. I think it's probably like the last part of the fight here, so he's coming in pretty hard. A little headlock clinch to slow things down. And that was that. So, in the comments below, tell me who you thought and why. And let's get into the decision here. It's pretty quick. There's not a whole lot of waiting. Judge. And yeah. That was a good fight, though. I think they both did really well. For a couple amateurs, they showed a lot of heart and some good technique and tactical approach to their fighting. All right, and that does it for this breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to watch another fight breakdown, click on the right. And if you want to hit subscribe so you get more videos, more techniques, more tactics, more fight breakdowns, click the icon over on your left. All right, thanks again for watching. Train hard, train smart, train safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.